Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors, America's only daily outdoor TV show. Your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors in Winston, Chester. Glad here this Friday morning. Got a big weekend planned in outdoors. We're going to dodge this rain and all, and sort of it's going to be all kind of activities going on, believe it or not. And it's going to be some really good, fun things going on. So thank you for joining us this morning. Let's get started. Our weather brought to us by Haney Technical Center at the corner of Baldwin and Highway 77. The high is actually going to be all the way up to 83 today, low 71, and water temperature bounced back up to like 79 degrees. So good situation there. River readings, I don't have exact numbers, but the river's on the rise with all the rain we've had on the east of us, and it's fascinating watching that low pressure area as it developed. And they were changing the weather report each day. Actually, on almost every half day, they were changing every 3 or 4 hours. They're having to change the report because they couldn't really track the low pressure like they thought where it's going to go. But it's been fascinating to watch it. And still got some more rain in the forecast. So just keep your eyes to the skies, and after talk about it, just check your radar, okay? Sandhill Seafood always brings our river readings to us. Good weekend to go eat some fresh seafood up there. I love the fresh catfish coming out of Choctaw River. They fry up there. Tide chart brought to us by Kent Forest Lawn. We're looking at a high tide at 11:25, right about the middle of the day, and a low tide at 10:44. We're talking about over 2 foot tides, and we're talking about a really good situation where fish incoming all morning, take a break, eat a sandwich right there where they're changing around at lunchtime, and going out this afternoon. And it's going to be that way, pretty close to that way tomorrow. So really a perfect tidal situation for fishing in the bay system. We're looking at our marine forecast, looking at south-southwest at about 10. So it's not going to be blowing quite as much as it has been. All right, let's take a break and we'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. Let's catch up on our announcements now for this weekend. Like I say, all kinds of things going on. We're getting ready. This is a pre-Memorial Day weekend. And first of all, the fish fry, I mentioned that earlier. I mentioned it the day before yesterday over here in Hosford. It's going to be 11 a.m. till they run out of fish. Only $6 a plate. Fresh caught fish, hush puppies, cheese grits, coleslaw. Okay, that's on State Road 65 there in Hosford. Also, next weekend, remember, we're going to talk more about this next week, the Howards Creek Brim Tournament. And there'll be a lot of folks talking about it. So we're going to get that covered. And I see I have one more announcement here too. The boat raffle that the Rotary Club of the Emerald Coast, and I will talk about them a little bit later, what a great organization that is. That's a boat raffle now. This boat's going to be a Marine Max the rest of this week. They're going to draw like next week. It's only $100 per donation per ticket. And only 800 tickets to be sold. So that's pretty good odds. And that boat is valued, let me see the value. I want to say it was like $43,000 it valued at. So that's a good, some lucky person is going to win that here. So we want to talk about that. Also now I got some pictures coming up. LaDonna Kelly over there in Bluntstown, other night at a ball game. We were over up at Paxton at the baseball game. And congratulations to the Bluntstown Tigers. We're going to the Final Four. And also the St. Joe is going to the Final Four. In fact, they're playing each other way down in Fort Myers. And that's crazy. They ought to play up here in Weewall, and everybody just come and see the ball game. A lot of us can't make it to Fort Myers. So special ball game to me. It was the last time I was telling Jeff before the show, the last time I got to see my nephew, my great nephew, play in baseball in high school. And his very last at bat, he hit a line drive home run over the center field fence. I mean, he left hand, he just nailed it. And man, what a wonderful feeling. That's my late brother's grandson, and we followed him and his brother for the past 6 or 7 years with Bluntstown High School football and baseball and basketball. So that's my last time watching them play in high school, and it's just real special. But LaDonna was sitting next to Gail and Matthew, and our family was sitting there together. But her husband retired from U.S. Forest Service, and he was asked to go down to the Everglades and fire. And she had some pictures. He's fighting those fires, and she sent me the picture. Here's Buddy Kelly's her husband right here, safety officer with the Southern Area Incident Management Team. That's a big title right there, buddy. I like that. But here's some of the things you saw at the Everglades, okay? Over at the Big Cypress National Preserve. I thought this is cool, some cool pictures. These are untouched actual pictures. That is a huge gator. That is just one huge gator. Check this out. manatees all over the place down there. I mean, it's just fascinating. Look at up there at the landscaping, okay? But check this out, this picture. Now, those aren't little baby gators, okay? Those are real, I mean, look at them. I mean, they're having like a school assembly or something. Look at how many they are. Now, they all got ahead. I was telling Gail, I think that some of them, there must be some food in that grass. They're all facing in that way. But this is my favorite picture. We've talked about those pythons. This is an actual picture those guys were taking down there. And I don't know if that bull, that python was running from the fire or whatever, but they were trying to drag them, trying to get all these they can out of there. And we've talked about it before on the show. That's really, really cool stuff right there. So it was fascinating, and thank you for sharing that with me. We were doing that ball game. She was sending them to me. I said, I'm going to have these on the show Friday. So interesting stuff. Even the outdoors, when we get called to different places and all, the firefighters were down there. And always take a camera with you and send us the pictures and all. Okay, a couple other things I want to talk about. Again, I want to mention at the beginning of the weekend, the yellow flies off the chocolate hatch around the steel field and all. Remember, I told you I got a phone call from one of our viewers. The yellow flies are pretty thick over there. And the big reason for it, now we've been getting that east wind, and what it is sort of blowing them out of the woods and ending up down here on the coast, and you're going to have them all along the coastline along the east wind. But now yesterday it switched around to the west, so it may not be quite as bad, but that original onslaught of yellow flies came with that east wind blowing them out of the woods and all, so be aware of that. Also, well, let's go ahead and get ready. Let's do a drawing. We're talking about every Friday we like to do a drawing. This will be from Sandhill Seafood. And we're getting ready now. Our next big drawing we're going to start having will be our Father's Day weekend, our Father's Day week, just like we did for Mother's Day. And I'm not going to give you any pink rods and reels, but we're going to give some nice prizes for Father's Day week, okay? We may give something next week for Memorial Day, too. That might be a good one. But it's going to be the winner of the Sandhill Seafood Platter. The winner's going to be, let me see, Marilyn McGeechee from Clarksville. Okay, you have a nice little drive. You get on Highway 20 and just drive over there and go south about 2 or 3 miles. It'll be right there, Marilyn. So I know y'all will enjoy that. Let's take a break and we'll be right back. Okay, real quick, and I mentioned this earlier, if you don't want to go fishing at all, you can always go hog hunting this weekend in one of our management areas. Dog and Steel over in Franklin and Gulf counties, May 18th through 20th. You can go right now, right as soon as the show over. Run down there and shoot your hog. And also the Steel Hunt on the Bradwell unit up in Liberty County, right there. That's this weekend too. So that's neat. That shows how many hogs we got. I want to mention this. The other night, I told you I was invited to speak to the Emerald Coast Rotary Club, and tonight I'll be at the First United Methodist Church. Talking to their graduating seniors and their parents at their senior banquet. I'm looking forward to it. But the other night I gave a speech I normally wouldn't give. I normally haven't given before, and it's on Panhandle Outdoors. And usually it's an inspirational talk I give. That's what I'm giving tonight. Or my other talk I give a lot is, of course, the history of the heritage of this area off my book. But I gave the talk the other night on, why is a TV show like Panhandle Outdoors, why is it successful? It's such a nice group of people, and we had a best visit, had a great steak and all. But I started thinking about it on driving home. I want to share this with y'all because I'm not going over the whole talk and all about my notes I took, because it's sort of important to not just me, but to our area as to how we were able to do a daily outdoor TV show, and because most of the areas in the country can't do it. So I wrote down, when I started thinking about it, I just wrote down some reasons. So here's what I wrote down. Number one, the reason we can do Panhandle Outdoors, and this is not in a particular order, but one of the big reasons is our history and our heritage here in the Florida Panhandle, the fishing and the boat building. It goes way back to the 1800s, and people have been doing it for a long time, so that's one of the contributing reasons. Number two, another reason is a location of where we are and what we can do. If you remember that video I did where we talked about the all 12 months when Gail wanted me to fix the board coming up off the deck was sort of bending up. She asked me to fix it. I said, well, honey, I can't do it because this is March and Spanish mackerel running. And then I gave something each, what's happened each month. And I went through that with the Rotarians the other night. And I'm not going over everything with you. Maybe I'll show that what the 12 months to do around here. So something always going on here in our location here in Florida Panhandle. Something outdoors going on every month. And then number three, the technology now is really helping us. A lot of y'all are getting up at 5:30 watching it. a lot of y'all are DVRing it, watching it. Someone told me the other day they watch it at 9 o'clock every morning. I've been told that when folks come in from work, they'll watch it after they have supper, and then other people watch it at various times. So the DVR, and also, of course, YouTube. Jeff puts it on YouTube every morning. A lot of folks watching it on YouTube. And also in a presentation of the show, the technology help us. You know, I put all the pictures on here. Like I say, in the early days, I had to, hardcover, and Jeff tried to get the camera focused on this picture right here. So we don't do that anymore. So technology has helped us in the presentation. It's helped us also across the country and people watching it. So that's been really good. So, and number 4, all we do something real simple on this show. We just promote good things in the outdoors. We try to get young people in the outdoors. We give away all kind of prizes to our viewers. I've added up. We've given over $30,000 worth of stuff. This past Monday morning, Panhandle Outdoors presented an outdoor ed scholarship to one of the kids at Mosley High School. Just money to help them get through college. So we promote a lot of good things, and people appreciate that, and y'all are very supportive of it. We promote people going outdoors. We promote good things with single people, couples, and families of all ages. We promote, y'all go camping this weekend. Y'all go fishing over here. Here's what you're going to catch. The big buck trout this weekend. All kind of good things. And we're just trying to constantly get y'all involved in the outdoors because it's just simply good for you. So that's one of the other reasons for our success. So I wrote that down too. Also, our local, all our sponsors, we talked about it before, are local small businesses. And that is something we're very proud of. And they've been with us, most of them have been with us from day one. And we're just very proud of that. But this is true Americana here in the Florida Panhandle for these small businesses, these businessmen and businesswomen to support our show like this. And we're very, very thankful of that. And then the last one I wrote down, real people. And we'll talk about that. We don't have any kind of fancy stuff. We're just real people catching fish, real people going hunting, real people going hiking and camping and all kind of outdoor stuff. It's just us here in the Florida Panhandle, and it's our way of life, and we just sort of reflect our way of life. So I think, as I was telling them, this is why we're successful. We just have and our broadcasting team and the people who take care of it when I'm out of town and all. Manny and Megan and Stan and Ken, and then Bill comes in, and that's just a great asset to us. And by the way, we've got a new website coming up. It should be up next week. I want to share that with you. Some really good, exciting things going on, continually improving here on Panhandle Outdoors. So we do face challenges. I told the folks the other night, we're facing challenges. Number one is just the sheer number of people that's coming into our area. And it's just going, what it does, and we're glad to have everybody, but it's just putting a lot of pressure on, and that's another show in itself, putting a lot of pressure on different areas, and just more people out there on the bay, more people on the rivers and all, and it's just, and we got to take care of our environment. That's one of our challenges, is take care of our bay system, take care of our river system, and try to just, really take care of it. And then last thing, one of the last and most important challenges we face is keeping young people connected to the outdoors. That's a challenge we all face. That's a challenge our society faces. So these are the things that I mentioned the other night. Those things are on my heart, and I just want to share them with you, our viewing audience, because y'all have been so good about emailing and staying in contact with me, calling me and talking to me about it. And we all feel the same way. We want to get the young people connected and get them, and they don't have to go hunting and fishing every day, but we want to get them outdoors. We'll get them camping, we'll get them hiking, get them kayaking, and just get them outdoors, and then they'll have a deep appreciation, being outdoors, have a deep appreciation for it, okay? So enough of that. I just wanted to mention that and everything. A couple of other things I want to talk about. The mayflies, they are hatching. We're going to come up with our fishing report and talk about the mayflies or the willow flies, and I've got a report from 2 or 3 different places where they've become very dominant this week in the hatching and all. So let's go ahead and do our drawing now for Tarpon Dock, and we're going to come back with a big fishing report. So the winner from Tarpon Dock of the $20 gift certificate is going to be, let's see, this morning it's going to be David Lee. All right, David, I know you're watching the show. David Lee, that's $20 gift certificate, so go get you some mullet and shrimp. I'll bet you like that. And okay, the winner big red snapper is going to be Jamie Ross. Okay, David Lee and Jamie Ross are our winners this morning. So we're going to take a break and come back with our famous Friday fishing report. All right, welcome back, folks. Let's do our famous Friday fishing forecast. And I'm really getting some good reports from all kinds of people. The other night at the ball game, I ran into one of my former students, James Hall, up there. He said, Coach, they're tearing them up on Holmes Creek this week. So, and over the week, this past weekend, Holmes Creek has really been hot, and he just wanted to pass that on to me. And we were eating out up there and before the ball game, so always neat to run into people, former students and viewers like you. So those reports are very significant to us. Let's go to, let's get up here on Highway 20. Let's go over here to Walton County. This is Bruce right here, okay? This big loop, I call it a big old Black Creek loop-through road. And I want to talk about Black Creek because it has always been such a good time to fish the Black Creek area. It's right there in the center of your screen. And there are 2 or 3 boat ramps on it. But Black Creek, you can get up in here and all, but as Black Creek flows out into here, okay? I'll talk about creek fishing. Black Creek is going to be really good as it's coming into all these tributaries in here. Now, like we said, the yellow flies, maybe they won't be by now. So Black Creek's going to be strong. Mitchell River's going to be strong. Brim and shell cracker, it's going to be really good, okay? And then, of course, this normal stuff on the Chattahoochee Bay should be good. The trout should be getting a lot bigger. And May fishing for trout is going to be excellent all through here, okay? Now, let's come over in the West Bay. One thing we've got to keep in mind this weekend is a redfish tournament in the San Andrew Bay system. And also, I believe they can go over to Okaloosa County too, or Chattahoochee Bay. I believe they can fish that area. But here's what's going to happen now. These red fishermen, I'm going to tell you where they're going to be. And if you're going to fish this weekend, don't cut in front of them. They shouldn't. They won't cut in front of you. Just have some manners and all. But they're going to be fishing this area all through here. You're going to see red fishermen all through here. You're going to see them right through this area here, and you're going to see them hit this area right in here. And then also, they're going to be thick in Grand Lagoon. There'll be some redfish here, and they're going to be redfishing right through here. That's where a lot of those guys are going to fish. And some guys are just going to hit these docks in here, in the West Bay system and San Andrew Bay system. And of course, when they get over, there's going to be quite a few of them over in the East Bay now. They're going to come up here, and they're going to fish all through here. They're going to be a group of them right in here. They may go up in here. Most of them going to hang right in here. And of course, Sandy Creek, the Sandy Creek area, these red fishermen are going to be there. So just be well aware, and you know, you can fish it too just because they're there, but they're going to be moving around. And if you see them sort of working in one area, you know the redfish. They know where the redfish are. So then the redfish, the big thing about a tournament weekend is spooking the redfish, and that's what's going to happen. But they're going to be spooked, so they might be. You know, you may think they're going to be in one area, then 2 or 3 boats get in there, and they're going to spook them, and they may come to your area. So just because the red fishermen or tournament fishermen are fishing over on one side, don't think the fish are going to stay over there because they're going to be moving back. Mexico Beach report's been good. Surf fishing has been excellent at Mexico Beach. The pier's done real well. St. Joe Bay is going to be good this week. In fact, it's going to be hot. I'm just really predicting some really good fishing from St. Joe Bay. And again, we've talked about this before. You want to fish St. Joe Bay, this upper area, or what we call the head of up in this area here around Blacks Island, Town Beach. I've seen a lot of fishing toward Town Beach area. The pompanoes have been caught. Now, if you're going to fish from a boat for pompano, this area right here, in fact, that area right there is called Pompano Point. Okay, the area right there, this area, the pompano come in here and they sort of hang through here. And like I said, the state record was caught back in this area, but Pompano Point is going to be really good. And also the best place, and again, we're talking about having a lot of people around, the best place to ever catch pompano is right here at the tip. But now a lot of people are sort of boating in that area, and they're sort of taking that away from the fishermen. So that's not, you're going to have to sort of get out here and maybe wait, and maybe walk down here and wade out and get away from the people just anchoring out and swimming and splashing a lot because they're going to spook them. Keep in mind the river system, Apalachicola River system, it's just going to be coming all through here. Again, really good fishing on the lower end of Apalachicola. But the big thing I haven't gotten to it yet is mayfly hatch. They're willow flies. Bill went Wednesday afternoon. They caught a few, and right before the rain came, they said when the rain came, just shut them down. But the first couple of casts they made, they caught some nice big brim under the willow trees and all. So you got on the mayfly hatch, you're looking for the movement of the mayflies, and you want to get up under the trees and all. You can shake the trees, whatever's going on, but they'll swarm around. What's going on? You know, the male is up here, and the females down here. They swarm the mate, and then the female drops to the waters, and she'll lay her eggs there, and then she'll die. And the male actually goes to land, and then he'll die on land. So it's a real quick life cycle. But when that female hits the water and lays the eggs and all, that's when those brim are coming up. The brim are just tearing it up, and you know, it might be happening one morning over here, and then in the afternoon it may happen over here in another part. So it's not just one area for the mayfly hatch along the Choctawhatchee and along the Apalachicola. But this is May, and they're out there, folks. I promise you. And this coming week, I mean, I'm getting excited talking about it. This is a week before the full moon. This coming week, it's going to be. As soon as this rain and all settles down, gets out of here, it's just going to be spectacular fishing. And I really would urge you to do some freshwater fishing. Try to find out where those flies are, not just the Apalachicola and Choctawhatchee River, but also down in Carabel. They're going to do the same thing in the Tate's Hell area, because the mayflies, they're almost universal. They're all over the place, so along the Mississippi River and all over the place. So, but our river system now is going to be really hot. So anyway, we're going to start wrapping things up. As always, I want to tell you how much we appreciate you watching Panhandle Outdoors. We've had a really good week. Had some good guests in. You know, Michael Cowart was talking yesterday about some redfish secrets on how to catch redfish and where to go. And we're talking now about, you know, mayflies and all. Excellent time to do some fly fishing, catch those mayflies, or you can just fish with crickets and worms and just get some kind of movement. We in the past, we've just thrown crickets out there on top of the water, so and just free line a little cricket, and they'll pop it and everything. Especially this coming week. This is a week before the full moon. I said it over and over again. So anyway, thank y'all for watching the show. We got to get out of here. Y'all have a great weekend. Enjoy the outdoors, and always do something good for your fellow man. And God bless.
Thanks for watching America's only daily outdoor TV show, Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester, featuring hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.